What? Developer preview number 3. I just finished the video on the new unit, and now this came. Did not expect both to be released, but this came a little bit later. So let's see what we have. We actually do have some R5 upgrades, which is really good. I like that point. That is definitely a good thing right there. So let's see what we have. So we're back with developer preview for the 11th anniversary. Okay, developer preview is going to be starting season 18. 31st of March. Wait, that's going to be... Okay, that's the Revenge of Siege. Yep, that was the previous one. Okay, so first, let's see. We're going to have Fire, Water, Wind attribute beasts for Rift Beast. Okay, that's more content for me. I don't mind doing that at all. So that's going to be interesting because now everything is just skilled like by fire units, mostly. It's going to be the Bale, it's going to be the Brandia. But now it's going to be a different style as well, so that's definitely good right there. Okay, we still have... what do we have? We're going to make specific types for grinds. Okay, they're probably going to do the same thing as they do with the Rift Beasts, which is that everything that you want to farm is kind of separated. You want to farm Swift, Will, Despair, and Vio, and they're probably all going to be in a different element, right? So that's going to be a little bit more difficult. We're viewing the boss skill sets, meaning, okay, yep. It doesn't become overpowered. They're not going to be that hard, I can tell you that much already. The existing will remain natural element and drop all grindstones. Okay, so you can still decide to go for just going the one that gets everything, but you can decide to go into a specific one. I like the choice of having both options right there. So here we have the changes of the things, okay. So whether you have the fire one that inflicts continuous damage. I like it finally where they actually highlight whatever is changing rather than whatever was like all over the place. So it was 16 hits before. So fire one is doing inflict continuous damage. Yep, we have water one with decreased attack bar. As long as you have immunity on the whole team, none of these actually matter. And then wind is disturb recovery. Okay, I think that the wind disturb recovery is the weakest out of all of this because that's... in most of those teams that I've been using, especially the ones that are full fire heavy, so Brandia and that kind of stuff, you don't even need any healing, so it's totally fine. So let's see what we have for the split on those. So fire is having Violent Despair, okay. Water is having Will Swift, okay. And wind is having the damage sets. So as I mentioned, they will be splitting up some of it. But then again, it's actually not that bad of a split up. However, I do think that killing the wind one is going to be by far easiest. But it's mainly going to be, if you're caring about your fire despair, you go for the fire one. If you care about your will and swift, it's going to be water one. Then again, the Dungeon of Giants itself is split up between the two of them. So I think that fire and water is going to be mostly farmed. Wind is going to be a little bit neglected. Sure, it has Fatal Rage in there. Seal Destroy people, Nemesis, a little bit. Between the two of them, it's the bad part where, especially the fire one also has Determination, Enhance, and Tolerance in there, which are definitely, and fight. Yeah, the thing is, like, fire one, only Vio and Despair are really good. The others are all kind of like, yeah. And then on water, I would say Will and Swift is pretty good. Blade, you're probably gonna have a lot of because of farming a lot of giants in the first place. Energy, same thing. So I would say that the water one seems pretty good. Fire one seems a little bit annoying because I would say it's just Vio and just Despair. So I think water one is going to be interesting to farm. The other one, you might still farm like the overall thing. Or you farm the water one and you throw all of the horns and claws, if you still get them, towards Vio and Despair. I think that's going to be game plan. Like if I'm looking at... yeah, that actually does make sense. I would probably recommend people to farm the water one and then put Vio and Despair towards the horns and claws as far as it gets. So... not 100% sure if it's going to be the main thing, but that might be the main thing that I would be recommend. But let's see, we're also usability of grinds and gems, okay. Let's say the rune has a +7 sub, okay. And then we amplify by, yeah, that makes sense. What is the change on that? Wait, are they actually going to do that? If you convert it to a 10... wait, this... wait. This is exactly what we asked for, that they were like, no, like, we talked about this in the dev talk. If I'm understanding this right, we talked about this in the dev talk. Would it be possible to first put the grind and then put the gem? And they were like, nah, that's way too OP, we ain't gonna do this. You know exactly what they did right now? This is one of the things we suggested in the dev talk, which is actually really good that they did listen to. Or at least it shows like, hey, they because at the dev talk itself, they were like, nah, that's way too OP. Probably they took that back to Korea, talked about it internally, and be like, yeah, why not actually? So currently, if I'm understanding this correct, you can first get the +5 grind, and then start trying to get a +10 gem, which I definitely do have a few runes that I have +10, but they're sitting at like a +10, like it's a +10 grind, but they're sitting at like a +10 gem or +11 gem, where I'm like, I could try to get a legendary in here. So that's definitely a nice change right there. Besides that, do they also mention like a drop rate increase? Is that also something somewhere mentioned? Let me double check about that. Well, maybe it's further down below. They do also have currently, okay. Yep, that makes sense. Okay, they will still remove it if you change it. That totally makes sense. The attribute dungeon usability improvements have been scheduled for late April, this update. So, okay, that's going to be soon, though. That's going to be not the next update that is coming right away, but the update probably after. So I do expect the anniversary update to be coming somewhere on the week of, what are we looking at? The week of the 14th. And then after that, it's going to be, that's after the 12th April update. So we already know when the update is. It's going to be on the Saturday. Well, it's just outside of the screen for you guys. But update is going to be on the Saturday because they already do mention that it is over here. So we're going to get the anniversary on the 12th as well, which is the time that I'm going to be in Berlin for SWEL. So I will bring my laptop for making videos, I guess. That's going to be a thing. So let's see what we have over here. So this is where they say they changed the things for Arena as well. First of all, they're going to be legend ranks. They definitely downgraded the amount of points that you need to get towards those ranks. Because if we check in-game, I'm pretty sure I have the game up running right here. Let's see, what is the current rank that we do need? Weekly ranking. Yeah, we were looking at Guardian at 1600s. And the new Guardian is looking at 1400. That's a really big lowering of getting just the threshold of the points. And even Punisher is like 1300. So that's like a good 200 points less. Legend is still 100 points less, but Legend most of the time does get this amount of points. It's totally fine. Do they also implement that already where you have like more split up ranks and that kind of stuff? Oh, it does show us current over here. Oh, I'm a potato. Does it also show like right here where it was going to be doing? Nope. Doesn't really mention anything. They're also going to revamp this. They're going to get the new art style renewal and the 11th anniversary event. So that's all coming on the 12th. So I'm definitely hyped for that. That does also mean on the 13th of April, we're going to have the first rush, which is in the new style. Which does mean I got the last two legends on the old style of rush. Nice, both of those. It does also mean I probably can't rush on the 13th because I'm still sitting in Berlin at that time. I will record it and I will probably make a video out of later, but I wouldn't be able to stream it, which is kind of unfortunate. Unless I try to stream from the hotel room. Might give that a try. I'm not 100% sure. So then we also have the thing for Siege Battle rune separation. I think that's really nice. A lot of people will definitely like this. This probably also does mean that the runes for Siege switching aren't going to cost you any mana. Might not be 100% sure about that, but that might be a thing. That might be a good thing as well. But they're expecting to implement this end of May. So that's still going to wait for like a month and a half to actually get there. So I am pretty hyped for the arena change, to be honest. I'm just curious to see like if this will attract more people. Still, I think it would be nice because arena in a lot of cases is an issue for time zones for a lot of people rather than just not being active enough. It would be nice if there was some kind of reason to do your arena wings during the midweek and it would still count a little bit more towards the end goal rather than just the end statement being the end goal altogether, and that's just simply it. You might hear some contractors on the background, but that's... I hope my mic doesn't pick up that much. We have some people working on the apartment at the moment. But yeah, this definitely seems really nice. This part seems really nice. I do think that water is going to be game plan for most of the people. So we're going to be having to work with a lot of immunity style, maybe even rock like double immunities on some kind of units, or just get some perma immunity in because the attack bar decrease is a little bit annoying. That's probably also the hardest one between the three debuffs that I read over here. But that does seem a little bit better. I just have to see if they're actually... Because this also does show like an up thing, but I don't necessarily read anywhere unless I skipped over it where they're going to be upgrading the drop rates or something. Yeah, maybe I skipped over it, but I can't seem to be finding anything about specific rune upgrade, like the legendary drop rate upgrading or anything like that. But having this also makes it where farming Rift Beast becomes a lot more interesting, at least for the legendary. So I'm liking this. I'm definitely liking this altogether. It seems like a really good thing as well. We don't know the 11th anniversary stuff just yet. That's going to be coming on Saturday, or maybe there's going to be another notice and therefore another video. For that reason, you gotta subscribe to the channel. It's the only way that you know this stuff. No, wait, you can read this anywhere. However, you still gotta subscribe, guys. It's way too early for me. Thanks for watching, and see you, as always, in the next one. Thanks for watching. If you would like to see more guides, join the Discord and check out the content tab for the guide video archive, which contains all of the guides that you might need. Hope to see you there.